Hey Ben, this is me. How are ya? Fantastic. That's fine. I actually have it on already. It would be nice, but we're actually a birthday party just started out front, and the guests of honor just arrived, and so I've retired to the back of the house. Under 2 seconds. Okay. I can get on Facebook, sure. Yes, I can. Yes, it was. Yes, I am. That's an excellent summation of what I teach. And Ben, what's funny for me is I didn't know I was starting it, but I started learning incremental marketing when I was very young. And my father would teach me small things to do when we would have a garage sale, or small things to do from a marketing standpoint for my little businesses that I had. And I've been an entrepreneur since I was in the single digit age. And so what has tended to happen though is I discovered, especially in more recent years, is I'd sort of lost that ability to get small tasks done and over with. And in looking back over a period of a couple of years, I realized if I had taken just 10 or 20 minutes a day to take care of some of these very, very small tasks, I would have put in 2 or 3 months worth of work on my specific and clear marketing efforts and would have had a very different result than I was already having. A much more positive result. And it's kind of funny when you start adding minutes up, and it's the old thing our grandparents told us, pennies make dollars. It's literally just like that. I mean, it sounds strange to say, but minutes make hours, make months. So, and so that's really how this has kind of grown. And the more I talk with really, really busy people about this, the more they love it, because they can commit to a short time every day. Sure, absolutely. 20 minutes. There is 3 of those in a single hour. And a 20-minute daily regimen, you schedule it in, it's unbreakable time, it's super, super important time, and in my recommendations, you schedule it in prime time, not your leftover time. Well, because what happens is if we don't give ourselves our best. And if I spend at this 20 minutes of marketing at midnight, and my goal for today is to call 2 customers, I can't call them at midnight. And so I want to give my business the very best of me. If you talk to someone about savings and things like that, or saving money, you're supposed to pay yourself first. You can't have a business if you don't pay yourself for marketing first, and pay your marketing first, and pay your marketing forward even. So if it's not you, then it's somebody in your company. But typically in small businesses under 5 or 6 people, it's not the other people, it's the entrepreneur. Absolutely. In 2001, we opened our first e-commerce store, and did that simply because I had some experience, and we were looking for some part-time income, some things for my partner to do until we figured out what was going to happen next in our lives. And we started with a single product in a single Yahoo store, and in that time have now grown to several different stores, selling primarily, I like to tell folks, from my fuzzy slippers in the back of the house for the most of that time, and have grown it to be a full-time business that employs and supports 3 members of my family. And so we've done everything from learning about how to transform what we sell as individual items to being bulk purchases. We've learned how to find out what people are buying and sell them what they're buying, not what we're actually selling. And that was kind of a neat one there. It's an interesting distinction. I don't find that controversial at all, but please go ahead. Perfect. I'll be honest, at this point we are not. We've seen some serious changes. And we have to step up and take care of our business, and that's just what it is. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. I mean, we are still ranking, honestly, Ben, for some of the terms that we've been ranking for 6 years. with doing almost no work or no good palpable work, regrettably, we still hold a lot of rankings on the first page of Google. And the difference, though, and where I'm drawing the line even for myself is we just set up some new programs within the past 2 weeks. So this is kind of a timely thought here, that I have to stop doing as much SEO for other people and get back to doing SEO for myself. And actually establishing SEO habits and patterns again. Because, and I learned at a conference recently that you and I both attended, and some numbers that were a few years old, but the difference between first place and second place is 30% of the market share. And so 30% of $1 million is a lot of money to leave behind, when you could literally do something like write an article today, post it tomorrow, follow up on a blog post. These are not hard things to do. So that's where we are now with setting the path, setting the goals, and it absolutely does make a difference. That is very accurate, because you can't really get, well, one, you have to get to that $5 or $6 million mark, right, to be able to turn things to more automation. But you have to begin to learn to let go of some things, and you have to learn how to manage those things you're letting go of and make sure they're getting done. And, you know, and so there's these subtle transitions and steps where your business steps often changes, and, you know, from 0 to this amount is one easy step, and then all of a sudden to get to that next step, it's massive. But taking the appropriate, and I love you keep saying consistent, Ben, because that is so huge. I talk with some of my students calling it like a diet or an exercise program. Not, they don't always appreciate that, but it's true. If you eat each meal like it's important, you eat each meal with a healthy choice, if you eat each meal the way that you're supposed to for your body, over time you're going to get amazing results, even if you don't necessarily do heavy duty workouts, but simply by giving your body healthy, nutritious food. You know, so absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And getting to where you don't have to work as hard. Yes, but you know, I always love a chance to talk with you guys, so it's fantastic. That's fine. Ben, would you like me to trim? I didn't stop the video. It's still running even right now while we're talking. You want me to leave the whole thing together? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hasn't that always been the way it is? Entrepreneurs have always led the way in that. You know, are you? I will, and you as well. You all have a fantastic day, matey. Bye-bye now. And so I just finished a call with Ben Mack, so if you made it all the way to the end of your video, and hopefully we'll get it organized in a way, I'm guessing, because Ben just kind of called me on the fly and I set it up and did it. And you can hear both sides of the conversation, hopefully. But it really does matter, the ability to market and mobily market yourself and do things on the fly sometimes. You just gotta kind of be willing to roll with the punches. But you guys have a great night, and hopefully you'll take a look at the other videos and we'll see what happens. Ahoy, matey. Have a good night.